people walking on stage. I think that means applause, a little bit. I think that's how a panel works. Not sure, first time, just kidding. All right, first and foremost, congratulations. You survived day one, New York Comic-Con. Give yourselves a round of applause. 95 degrees in the city yesterday, today negative 20. Insane. So whoever wore the heavier costumes chose wisely. All right, so by round of applause, anyone been to the Superhero Fantasy Draft before? Wow, here early, front row, I like it. You do look familiar. Wait, Mom, what are you doing here? Thank you for coming, I appreciate it. So this is a pretty cool, fun thing, okay? Superhero Fantasy Draft, it's just like fantasy sports. I don't know how many of you guys like sports. Some of us are crossover, we like sports. Some like comics, some like both, who knows? So we do this just like fantasy sports. We've got 4 participants. We'll do 5 rounds total. And to mix it up a little bit, all of our contestants, if you will, all of our comedians are on stage. They can go to you for audience participation. You can make a pick for them if they so choose to do that. And they also have the ability to steal one person from someone else's team, which can always be festive. So those are basically the rules. Everything else we're going to make up along the way. So hang in there, everybody. Woo. All right. So this is it. Superhero Fantasy Draft 2019. Everybody, one more round of applause.
Yeah, here we do it.
And if you're like me and you've been playing Link's Awakening for the last 6 days nonstop, we'll have pictures of who they choose up there, so we won't have to try to remember every single pick. So last year's champion isn't here. We don't bring back the returning champion. That's not how we do Superhero Fantasy Draft. We bring back the returning runner-up champion, and that is Mr. Greg Stone over here.
Yeah, baby, second place for life. And I'll be going home with second place again.
He's already guaranteeing it. Now, for those of you who were here last year, he made a little controversy. He drafted God.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be powerful.
They broke the rules. They said, no more God.
Yeah.
They messed me up on that. I get it.
So good. Oh, still being debated apparently in this household. Still being debated whether that was a legit pick or not. So yeah, the Almighty God, the all-powerful, is off the table. So, but I have a feeling you have something in your back pocket.
Oh, I always have something in my back pocket, baby.
It's like a sausage. It in the front pocket.
All right, so we're going to start here with the very first pick of the 2019 Superhero Draft. We'll go right down the line and we'll introduce everybody. They'll tell us the name of their team. And we'll get right in the mix. This is Evan Williams, everybody. Evan Williams, comedian Evan Williams. How you doing, Evan?
I'm doing well, man. I've been bumped into about 52 times, and I've heard 52 apologies. So you guys are all so sweet, man. Thank you.
Yeah, it's so not nice. Like that on the 6 train, is it?
No.
Not quite like that.
Hell getting here, heaven once I'm here. Yeah.
Well put. Well, Evan, what's the story behind your name here, the prehistoric bee tornado?
Well, I started, I would kind of be revealing my people, though. Is that okay? Did you just do that?
No, we'll just leave it blank.
Okay, cool.
Don't want to give it away, right?
All right, yeah.
All right. But there is, I guess we'll figure this out. There'll be a theme.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, you have the first pick. This is your first time here. You get the first pick, so who's it going to be?
Well, Tornado gives away that it is Storm. That's my first pick, is Storm.
All right.
Big fan.
Storm off the table, off and onto the board, apparently. All right. Evan Williams has selected Storm. What do you think? First pick, Storm. Is it?
It's okay. It's pretty basic, right?
You got a
yeah.
meh.
I got a meh on Storm.
But I
she
feel
controls the weather. I got a meh on that. Wow.
So you're responsible for it.
What's she doing today? She's going to win. That's what she's doing today. Oh, true. Outside.
He's actually mad at you.
Mistress of the elements. And she let us sprinkle down.
All right, Storm, first pick. All right, cool. All right, Evan, thank you very much. Mr. Greg Stone.
Okay, so I just want to set this up. Is that last year for my team, I wanted to pick all people who were last pick types. Right? I went with the Blob. I went with all ugly people who would never be picked because that's who I was, okay? And where did that get me? That got me second place. This year, fuck the ugly people. Fuck us. I'm out. Oh, sorry for the language. Oh my God. Oh boy. I mean, Bubba. Sorry, already. They told me PG-13. I already blew that.
They literally just told him PG-13.
I'm done with the uglies. This year, I'm going all hunks, baby.
And you're still going to be second place.
My first hunk
Ooh, he's the hunkiest of them all. You know him from Castle Grayskull. Keep it going for He-Man.
All right.
That is a hot man.
He-Man. Show of hands. He-Man? Attractive? All right.
So,
Oh, that's true. There's a debate here. Which He-Man? He said, is this Dolph Lundgren He-Man,
Oh,
or is
no,
this...
Oh,
No,
no.
no.
I go cartoon hunky hunk.
So Prince Adam, the original.
The most
the
naked
OG.
of He-Men.
With the best haircut.
Where do you get a pet tiger, by the way? Where do you just get that?
Especially a green one. Where do you
Yeah,
get a green
where do you get a
one?
Listen, I know a guy in Chinatown. You want a tiger? I'll have you a tiger in 24 hours. You just say the word.
You got it. I love it. All right, Greg Stone, the hunks. And he has picked He-Man, so following right along with his name. All right, Jen Grunwald from Marvel, senior editor over there. Very cool.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us, so Marvel fans.
Yes, and I need to state this right away. This is not Marvel sponsored. Everything I say here has nothing to do with them. That was a requirement.
I was wearing a Batman jacket earlier. They made me take it off.
Yeah,
So.
good.
Well, thank you for joining us this year. Very
Thank you
cool.
for having me.
And okay, so the 5.
Yes.
I mean, you get 5 picks.
Yes, the
I'm gonna-
5 is my nod to the 7, if anyone's a boys fan out here.
Yes.
So that's one of my favorite comics, and the show is fantastic. If you haven't watched it, you must. Although it might not be for a certain age group.
Yeah, I was gonna say his F-bomb seems very.
Yeah.
Again, I'm sorry.
But yeah,
It's
so
okay,
that's where that title came from. But
Very
neat.
cool.
So
Favorite character, real quick, on the boys. I mean, it's,
well, Butcher, I really do love Butcher, but the show Frenchie is really
nice.
kicking ass. Ooh, but
Who here watches the boys? By the way, saw season 1. So good. I went in kind of blind. I had heard about the comics, and then when I'm going to give away something, but when I saw the first person die
Yes.
in the very first episode, I was like,
yeah, I couldn't wait to see that happen.
awesome. Awesome. So if you haven't seen it, you got it. It's
Yeah.
a must. It's a must. Okay, so your first pick, Jen.
So my first pick is probably people might not know, but Pixie from the X-Men. I think she's always been my favorite. When people ask what X-Men would you be, it's always her because she's got pink hair, which clearly I like that kind of thing. She has a cool Welsh accent. She can fly. She can teleport, and she also has fairy dust that gets you high, basically. So she'll be a lot of fun at parties.
She does.
Yeah.
She looks like she's flying and farting a fire cloud, though. This particular photo. It's kind of weird. Okay, great pick, Jen. Great pick. What do you guys think? Pixie, X-Men, big X-Men fans here. Okay, mild applause. It's all right. You can let it
I know her
simmer.
worth. I know her worth.
At least you didn't get a meh. You didn't get a meh. That's a good sign.
That's true. All right, Mr. James Mattern, how you doing, sir?
How are you, brother? First of all, it's great to be here. I've only been to Comic-Con once, so this is a big deal.
Nice.
I had just gotten broken up with, was hungover, and it was the day of my mom's birthday, who'd been dead. So it was the worst experience of my life. To be
Wow.
here back, drafting superheroes, awesome. Can I just say that? This is the best, yeah. Also,
I'm going to hug you right now.
yeah, it's okay, buddy. Thanks, buddy.
High five, handshake.
This is great. All right, so let's say, first of all, I love what Greg said last year. He picked everyone who go last, including God. I didn't realize that God was the last pick of the draft.
God was the guy who saved everyone.
okay.
You know
He's
what I
a
mean?
good-
Like,
all
we
right.
had all these losers, and it was like, well, how's he going to come back?
He was like Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
He's
cool.
your ace in the hole.
Awesome. Also, I might walk off because when I got asked to do this, the main reason I wanted to do this is not only to pick Storm number 1, 80s Storm, it says 80s Storm with the Mohawk, and to get snaked by Evan. I'm never speaking to you again. I don't know if you've ever seen Royal Tannenbaums. I feel like Luke Wilson right now playing
tell him,
tennis.
don't
I'm going
tell
to take
him.
my shoe off and just hit the ball right into the thing right there. Okay? You guys are young. You'll like it when you grow up. So I don't even know the rankings. This is crazy where I'm going to go. So I need to focus.
James, did you only prep 5 people? Is it you only wrote 5 people down?
I had 7, but I picked backups not wanting to go to my bench. That's it.
Gotcha.
I
Gotcha.
just signed people off the wires, just sit there. So I'm going to have to go with this early because now I need a leader. Storm was going to be the leader. I'm going to go with Constantine. That's what I'm going to do,
Hey,
okay?
yeah.
What do you know
Hey.
about that?
Not a bad backup.
good.
I want him to fight for the leadership, but now what are you going to do?
Now, James, you got to help us out here with your name here. No segues, which very clever. I know
It's
what
the
you're
name
doing
of my
here.
debut album that just dropped a month ago. What up, baby? On iTunes. Let's go.
Congrats to James and
Thank
his
you.
new album, man. Very cool. And AKA the Upstate New York Avengers.
We're the upstate New York. We're going to be in Albany, all right?
Now, so this is my big question, right? So I've lived in New York 25 years. So I'm not a native, but I am a New Yorker. But I always love the battle of like, what is upstate New York, right? Is it 200th Street? Is it Albany? Is it Rochester? What is upstate New York?
It's 2 inches above the Bronx
Yeah.
to anyone in New York.
Agreed.
It's really...
Dude.
My family is from Rochester. I'm originally from Vegas. They used to say New York, and then it became Western New York. But anyone from above there always, when they go and meet people, always just say New York, and then hope the follow-up question of what borough are you from doesn't come. And it's like, you got me 8 inches from Toronto. My bad. That's what it is, man.
Gotcha. And it's ironic that the Buffalo Bills are the only team that actually play in New York, too, right?
yeah.
So, sorry, Jets and Giants fans. All right, if you had first pick today, who would you go with?
I have no idea.
Way to put the pressure on, Mark.
She's flabbergasted.
Don't put
No
anyone on the
pressure.
spot.
No pressure.
Flabbergasted. Oh, you want to make a pick? Okay, if you were up here today, who would be your first pick?
Well, if I had to pick one, I'd probably would. My first pick would probably be Zatanna.
Oh,
That's
magic.
She was on my
good.
list.
All right,
and
that's
a
good.
hunk of the
Oh,
female sort.
The original one.
Oh,
I've made
I
I
changes.
just
It's
have
always
a
you.
I have a
Always
no
be magic.
DC
Never
rule.
hurts.
Yeah, I
so-
was going to say, it's a no, you just booed
As-
internally booed there. All right, very cool. All right, so here we go. Storm, He-Man, Pixie, Constantine off the table. How are these contestants doing so far? Evan Williams, round of applause. Do you think Storm's a good first pick? What about our returning second place champion, Greg Stone with He-Man?
Hey.
Jen Grunwald, the 5.
All right.
A lot of love for
nice.
Pixie, I like it.
Thank you.
And Constantine, who's with Constantine so far?
Yeah.
No segues.
Literally the same applause 4 times.
Very supportive. We
real
love you all.
close, real close. We appreciate that.
Yeah, we have an applause machine, guys. We'll try to adjust the volume.
I got to be honest. So far, I think He-Man takes everyone. Maybe not Constantine.
He-Man?
I don't know who goes. He-Man.
He-Man?
That was so good.
How dare you think you can win?
Oh my God.
Nobody laughs better than Skeletor, right? Skeletor had the best insults of all time. One time, he literally looked at a guy and he was just like, "You royal boob!" I've been calling people royal boob since I was a kid.
Fun fact: I call Evan every now and again and go, "Hey man, just talk to me, as Skeletor. I'm having a bad day." And they're like,
You're doing okay, Greg? You're doing better than He-Man. He's a royal boob.
Hilarious. Greg, I take you for a Snake Mountain guy. Did you have Snake Mountain or did you have Castle Grayskull? Which you have?
I grew up pretty poor, so I had I had a bunch of dirt my brother shaved up, cut a hole into, and it was a dirt mountain with worms.
Did I just rip
Shout out to the
open
wolf, my brother in the
The
background.
wolf.
ripped open some deep wounds there? I'm so sorry. Snake Mountain was pretty awesome. Who had Snake Mountain in here? Anybody? Snake Mountain? Oh, one guy in the back. He's like, still in the box.
Cool,
Still
your
in the
dad
box.
was a lawyer.
I'll
Nice.
sell it to Greg. $5,000. No dirt accepted. No dirt accepted. All right, so let's get to round 2 here. We
we
do
go.
this in traditional fantasy football style or fantasy sports style. We do snake draft. So, James Mattern, you closed out the first round. You're
Okay.
now going to start the second round.
All right, let's do it correctly. All right, so this was going to be my second pick no matter what. So I'm looking at you, Evan. Wild card. I'm going to go with one of my favorite characters, underrated power, the great Kitty Pryde. All right, that's who I'm going with, dog. Underrated power, underrated. There you go, yeah. Because walk through walls. People are like, oh, what kind of power is that? The dopest. How you going to catch me, B? I'm running through walls, all right? You trying to punch me? You punch in air. I run through you, your soul's gone, all right? I'm all about it, and she's not Shadowcat either. Never again. You could call her Sprite once in a while, okay? But Kitty Pryde is my homie, yeah.
All right, there it is, Kitty
You get a
Pryde.
bonus too. You get Lockheed with her. He's always with her.
Lockheed come with it?
Yes,
I didn't know that.
She comes with her.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
He's always with her.
Do I get a dragon? I didn't realize that was
Yeah,
part of it.
yeah.
Is this like buying the toy?
Yeah.
I get the accessory?
I have a Lockheed tattoo.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Word.
Right here.
All right, do you want me to look in the middle of the draft? All right.
Show everyone. Walk around and show everyone your Lockheed test.
This just became that scene in
Later,
Jaws.
after.
Do you want to see?
Later.
You can come line up after. I'll show you all.
You know, I never understood the people that could walk through walls. Why didn't they fall through the floors? Those are just walls that are on the ground. Sorry.
I think she did once.
What's that?
Kitty Pryde did do that in,
Yeah,
Astonishing X-Men.
In the Dark Phoenix, doesn't she go under? I haven't read it in a while.
I think in the early beginning, that's how she figured out she had power. She fell through the ground
With the
floor of her
Hellfire Club, I
bedroom.
think. Sorry,
Yeah.
kids. The Heckfire Club. Let's censor everybody. Let's censor.
Fire.
Oh, by the way, we do have a. Hey, Haas, where's the? Do we know where the belt is?
It's right here, man.
Oh, is it over? Oh,
Yeah.
oh, there's a
I'm
thing
already
with my
wearing
name
it.
on it. I
Put
think
it
I'm
around my
supposed to be
waist
standing
now.
up there. Yeah. So I know we're only in round 2 here, but this is what these folks up here are fighting for. Look at this. This is legit. 2019 superhero fantasy draft belt. Complete with the velvet pouch for your marbles. Too. There you go. This is pretty amazing, man. This has got some weight to it. Nice. All right, very cool. All right, let's continue on with round 2, Jen.
I gotta say, so far I'm enjoying this very X-Men heavy panel, and so my next one is my favorite X-Men, Rogue.
Yes.
Rogue is clutch.
Yeah, she's pretty great. And one of the things I was thinking about that's extra good about her is if anyone's knocked out, she can just take their powers and just keep doing. So if Pixie gets knocked out, she can just take her stuff while she's sleeping, teleport us out of there. It's great.
That's a great version of Rogue there, too. Green headband, I like this. Very cool.
Oh, yeah, good-
All right,
good-
so
good
Pixie and Rogue so far. Not bad, Jen. Round of applause for Jen. Is this,
Yeah.
We're building something here? Okay. All right, Mr. Black Panther, how you doing today?
What up?
Who would you pick? Who would you suggest? We won't take his pick away from him, but who would you suggest? He's got He-Man, and he's got this theme here with the hunks. So who's hunky out
I gotta
there?
say, there is some criteria to
Thor.
this.
Oh, there's
There is some criteria to this. They cannot be wearing a shirt. All of my hunks must be shirtless and preferably oiled up of some sort.
You got to warn me before I take a sip that you're going to say that. You just got to.
All right, so what hunks do we know? No shirt.
Oh, there's a
oiled
lot
up.
to it, yeah.
Hulk. All right, so, okay.
Does the Hulk qualify? You AAA right, he does. The Hulk would be a great pick, who I did forget. So good.
You saw
did
him
it.
in Endgame where he looked like a barista with
Yes.
the hottest barista I've ever seen in my life.
He can have a shirt on as long as the shirt gets ripped at some point. Off. You gotta be showing it, you know what I mean? Hold on to your pants, old friend.
All right, Craig, who's it going to be round 2 for you?
Okay, so for this
And the
next
hunks.
one, like I said, I want to go. It's got to be ripped at some point, and I got to go with my main man, Luke Cage. Luke Cage is one of the best
Luke
shirtless
Cage.
heroes out there.
Luke Cage, I believe, is Skeletor approved.
Is
Skeletor
he?
approved.
I approve. Yeah.
All right, this little guy here raised his hand. What's your name?
I'm Oliver. I was here 2 years ago, and I have that belt at my house right now.
Oh my gosh, this is the
I remember
guy
I
who
gave it
got
to
the
him.
belts.
Yeah,
Louis J.
already a
Gomez.
champion.
What's his name gave it to him?
Louis J. Gomez, right? You won?
Yes, yes.
Wow, very cool. It's good to see you again. I didn't recognize you because you're so little that 2 years ago you were probably,
Baby Groot, right? Yeah.
what, 6 months old? How old are you now?
I'm 9.
Oh, you're 9. I'm
Gomez
sorry.
was an absolute animal.
Very bad at mouth.
Get out of
Oh
here.
my gosh, look, there's a photo here and everything. All right, so for the rest of the panel, we're going to pass this phone around and everyone's going to take a look, okay? So just to prove to you that we're not making this up. That is very cool. That's amazing.
awesome.
Well, thank you guys for coming back every single year. Love it. Oliver, good to see you again. So where's the belt now? Obviously, it doesn't fit. You're older now.
That's called a Hall of Fame. I have a couple of my really valuable stuff. I have Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, Derek Jeter, and a couple other autographs there, including the belts.
You're too young for Jeter. How do you know who any of these people are?
I think I've known all of them since I was maybe in kindergarten.
This is why this guy won the belt, by the way.
Well, if
just
you'd
so
like
you
to
know.
help me, if you'd like to put me through college, feel free.
So whoever wins today, no pressure to give this kid the belt.
He's already got one.
Very cool. Good to see you again, Oliver. Very cool. Very cool. All right, Evan. This is your last, this is your only pick of round 2, but the last pick
I was
of,
about to say
of
I
round
get 2. Everybody else gets 5. I'm gonna go with Swarm if you guys don't know Swarm, he is a Nazi made of bees. Tell me that's not horrifying. In the middle of a tornado? A Nazi bee tornado, everybody. You understand that? You see a tornado coming, that's scary. That's scary already. Tornadoes,
Evan,
scary.
I'm already trying to think of other superheroes that rhyme with storm and
I
swarm.
know. I literally ran
Do we
out. That
know
was going to
any
be
more-
my original
Yeah,
theme.
from Cheers, Norm, his third pick.
What's up, man?
Jason Bourne, sorry.
Oh, nice.
What's that?
Greg. By the way, Greg, I think Norm would be on your team last year.
Swarm? What was his origin comic? Was it Captain
Spider-Man.
America?
I think it was
Captain America, I think.
Classic Nazi
Yeah,
stuff, you know.
obviously classic
villain from
The
the
Runaways
50s.
took him down
classic
once.
buddy of Red Skull.
Yeah.
He was in an episode of Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends when I was a
Yeah.
kid, and it made me miserable. It was scared me. I didn't. And then like the week after I saw that episode, I got stung by a bee. I see him now. I'll run, bee. All right. I wish I had Kitty Pryde's powers.
At least it wasn't a Nazi bee, pal. All right?
like the idea that
way worse of a sting.
I like the idea that Swarm would want to show someone where to go by turning into a giant arrow, like the bees do, and they're like, "Hey, he went. Where's Swarm? He went that way." It's like, "Oh."
All right, that's going to do it for round 2. But Evan, you get to pick again here. Do the snake draft rules. Just a reminder, guys. We're only in round 2, but you do have a steal and you do have audience participation. So, James, I can feel the storm. Maybe steal action. I don't know.
I'm a gentleman, man. I won't do it. Okay. I was raised
appreciate
by an
that, man.
Italian. I'm not going to do it. I have honor. Okay. Not like Evan over here.
I let you have Kitty Pryde, right?
Did you have Kitty Pryde on your list?
Yeah, I did. I didn't take it. No, I didn't. But I just let you have it.
I was going to
anyway.
say, yeah. Well, you
I
can't
was
pick
thinking
off your
about
list.
stealing it.
You made it sound like it was eye for an eye, and you're like, it was an eye for an orange.
I was thinking about just stealing all of your characters and calling it the James Mattern team. That was going to be the name of my team. My third pick, you see prehistoric in there. I'm going with Sauron. I'm going with Sauron.
Oh, it's fun.
You got to have a pterodactyl in the middle of that tornado. You know what I mean? He controls minds. He's a pterodactyl. Let me remind you that. Also, he's a pterodactyl, so that's fun.
You have a horrifying team.
It's horrifying, right?
Yeah, I will also say, you better look out for a steal. He's looking kind of hunky with them only in pants.
He
I
does
might come
have
for you,
a-
Sauron.
How
Add a
many-
little diversity to my crew.
He's got a six-pack. He literally has a six-pack.
He is ripped.
That's a prehistoric six-pack. That's before gyms. He got a six-pack before Total Gym came out.
Pre-gym six-pack. Nice. All right, this brings up an interesting question for each of you. So before we go to you, Greg, so you see Sauron. Everyone here knows how to pronounce that. But as a kid, you might read that and go Sauron. Like, did you have somebody you didn't know how to pronounce, or you found out the correct pronunciation later on in life, but for the first 15 years of your life, you pronounced it wrong? Was there a...
That's so crazy you say that, man. My wife, dude. My wife. I said her name wrong for 11 years. That's how I knew she was marriage material. She was so nice. She didn't tell me how to say her name for 11 years. We went to school together. I called her Felicia, like bye Felicia. And she pronounces it Felicia. And I had been calling her Felicia for years. I was like, why did you not do that? She was like, I don't know. You didn't talk to me. I was like, all right. So my wife.
That's amazing. All right, Greg, your pick. And before you make that pick, is there a name you
There's a
struggled
big
with?
one.
Yeah.
To this day, I refer to the master of magnetism as Magneto.
Yeah.
He is a magnet. What is a magnet? There's no such thing as a magnet. I know what a magnet is. He's a magnet. Oh. It makes them, and there should be an apostrophe in there like Spider-Man. It's Magneto. He's a walking magnet.
That's like someone just figured it out. Like, he's a magnet. Oh.
Yeah.
He's a magnet.
Magnet. Oh. I'd call him magnet. Yeah. Magnet. Yeah. That made not a lot of sense, and I yelled it. Okay. My next pick. Gotta go with, all right, so on this we got some power dudes. I want to bring in someone who's now just bringing more hunkiness, okay? More hunkiness, less strength. I'm not going with Thor, because you know what? Thor's got it, but you know who's got a little more? Straight up Chris Hemsworth. Just give me Chris Hemsworth. Just straight, pure hunk. Put him on the board. CH. He's too hot for us to see. Well, our eyes aren't ready. There he is.
Wow.
Look at that body. Even 2% of it's got me all chiselly and warm.
What do you think an ounce of his blood's going for in the black market?
I'll tell you right now, I would pay anything for it. So whatever he asks.
You go 10K? You go 20?
10K, I go Chewbacca. I'm now his soul. I now watch his back for the rest of our lives. I'm his co-pilot.
That's amazing. Oh, always throwing a wrench in the mix. I love it. Chris Hemsworth has joined the hunks. Greg Stone.
You're damn right. He's our leader.
Who's also Thor. So you kind of get a 2-for-1. You get a 2-for-1. All right, Jen Grunwald and the 5. We got Pixie, we got Rogue. Where are we going next?
I did want to say first that Rain Sinclair, Wolfsbane, I called her Ronnie for like my whole...
Yeah, Ronnie.
Yeah. I was like, what is that? I don't think I learned that until I started working at Marvel, and I was like, ooh. The cartoons help, though, with
Yes.
Magneto.
That's where I learned. And I was like, it's crazy, they're wrong. How'd this get through the censors that they're just saying things wrong?
Yeah, who's the producer on this? You like wrote him a letter, you like, correcting him. Hysterical.
I love this Marvel board. I'm gonna go with someone outside of Marvel, sort of. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Oh, that's strong.
He's a great leader, and he's just awesome. He's got a laser sword. I mean, you can't.
Also, always comfortable. That's what I love about Obi.
Yeah.
You know, comes in a robe, never dresses up.
Very
He's like your uncle in
pajama-like
jeans.
robe. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more like a Snuggie. He wears like a Snuggie.
He wears a
kind of,
Snuggie.
yeah.
I know. You're not gonna steal him because he wears so much clothes.
I can't. He's too dressed for me.
Yeah.
But I love the pick.
Greg, do you think that's how Lucas in the end came up with that character? He just like got out of the shower and was like, and that was it. Billions of dollars later.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, interesting. All right, round of applause for Obi-Wan. Are we feeling that? Feeling that pick? That is 3 of the 5.
Yeah.
3 of the 5.
Obi is the Hugh Hefner
Yeah.
of Jedi.
He's dressed like he's going to the Playboy Mansion in the 60s.
Yeah.
All right, James.
All right. I'm fired up, guys. This is
Before
so
you go, did you have a name you pronounced incorrectly for years and years and
Yeah,
years?
it was someone I was on my original big board because I took 48 hours and just scratched everything 100 times because I'm obsessed with this. You mentioned it earlier. I call her to this day Zantana, and Greg always gets mad at me. I used to live with Greg. I don't know if
yes.
people know that. And we would watch like DC animated movies. I'm like, yo, man, is that my girl Zantana? It's like, you mean Zantara? He gets so angry at me. And so, yeah, I always called her Zantana. I just think that's a cooler name, man. And there was a wrestler named Tito Santana, so I'm down with
That's
that.
right.
You know?
Tito Santana?
Tito
Intercontinental
Santana?
champion twice. What do you know about that? Come on, baby. All right. I'm fired up now. All right, so this guy was going to be on my second tier, but now I have to move. I think I need to move this cat up because you lose with Storm this unbelievable power of the weather, which is pretty cool. It's like, how are we going to get out of this? We'll just rain on the bad guys. So now I need something as dope. I'm going with my homie Swamp Thing. That's what I'm going with.
There you go.
Controlling nature, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Swamp Thing. I think Swamp Thing, I just overheard this over here. Also shirtless. Swamp Thing, technically.
Technically.
Yeah, I wanted to get in on the action.
You better hold on to him. Yeah.
Look at the trap. Look at the
I
traps
could use
on
a
that guy.
vegan on my team.
Also, it's another embarrassing power, right? Because it's like, like you're a bad guy and you think you're gonna get us, and then he gets a bunch of tulips to like swarm you around, you know? And a bunch of dandelions just grab you and you can't do nothing to dandelions. That's not like an alpha way to go, but we do it.
Yeah.
With my team, no segues, available on iTunes.
And the worst Swarm can do to him is just pollinate him.
Yeah. Or sting you 1,000 times.
Pollinate him with Nazi pollen. You understand? It's much worse.
Yeah. Swarm will do to you.
bad. You don't want
this
it.
Nazi
You don't want
pollen.
this, dude.
Swarm can make you like Macaulay Culkin at the end of My Girl. Like, that's it. It's another movie you'll like when you grow up, boys. Okay.
I think we've met our quota for 80s references today from you, James Battered.
I'm just going to footnote this whole set.
All right, raise your hand if you've pronounced a name wrong. You're pretty much your entire life, and then you showed up and someone corrected you. All right, what name did you get wrong for forever?
For a while, when I saw elongated man, I thought it was elongated.
Wait,
Can I say it one more time?
I thought, well, I never saw the G in elongated man for a long time, so I thought it was elongated.
Yeah.
Elongated, yes.
Elongated, yeah.
Gotcha. These are very festive pants here. Good luck in the hide and seek contest later on today. All right, what's a name you pronounced wrong for a long time?
I taught kindergarten for 20 years, and I called the little girl wrong the entire year. Graduation day, and I was like, you pronounced her name wrong all year.
That was my wife,
Yeah, I
Felicia.
was gonna say, was that your
That's
wife?
crazy. That was our teacher.
Was
You're
your
her.
teacher?
Yeah.
Do it.
That's fine. Well, because she was like, this person's an idiot. What am I gonna do?
What was the name?
I kept pronouncing it Shaina, but it was Shayna.
Oh, Shayna.
It's hilarious.
You went extra.
I think she liked the extra spice on that.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Ridiculous.
Shaina.
Any other mispronounced name? I think I did Professor X like Xavier or something like that when I was a kid. What about you over here? What's your name, man? Where are you from?
Ken, I'm from New York. I'm in Astoria.
Yeah.
Astoria.
What street? 28th.
Who's your deli guy?
What's your exact address?
I think I got some of your mail.
I'm outside your house.
One of my favorite Batman artists. I think I just I learned a couple of years ago that I always thought it was Jim Aparo, and apparently it's Aparo.
We're really going off the beaten path here. I was like thinking superheroes. I was like, this could be a bit. Now we're talking about personal friends.
Yeah.
We've just been saying their names wrong for years.
I wonder how people pronounce Namor's alter ego.
Namor?
That
No,
yeah, but
His real name?
The Submariner.
yeah, or
Right.
Submariner.
But
He was always a
there you go.
submariner.
Or submariner.
He goes
Oh,
underwater
yeah.
like a submarine. He's a submariner. I've always said that, and I'll fight for it. Not like a real fight. I just argue.
Also, he's a hunk, dude.
He is a
He's
hunk.
a hunk without a shirt.
If you think he ain't on this list,
He's on the list.
he's an alternate. I've been calling them Levy jeans my whole life, by the way.
What?
The Levy jeans for the Levy. Levi. She's the only one who got it.
She got it. She got it.
All right, James, I believe you're up again here, round 4.
Okay.
Still, you've only got 2 picks left here, but you still have 2 options. You can steal, or you can use somebody in the audience for your next pick.
I appreciate the audience as well and the steal, but I'm going to ride and die with my team, baby, all right? I'm very excited here. I have to make a shift because I want a balanced team too, all right? So I need more female presence. Now, I think it could be overkill with the name, but whatever. I got to go with my homegirl, Black Cat. What y'all know about Black Cat? I've seen about 13 of them out there.
Yeah, it's big. It's big.
My girl, Felicia, on the team.
Felicia.
Yeah, I believe it's...
See, add that to the list.
Felicia.
Felicia.
Tomato,
true.
tomato, right, wrong.
That's true.
Come on, everybody, get a job.
That's true. That's my wife I was talking about.
All right, Black
I
Cat.
married Black
Yo,
Cat.
if she joins my team, I'm the coach, Felicia.
You know what? I might have to steal my wife from you.
Wait, is she the Black Cat? If
I'm
I've been
gonna have
reading
to
it
make
wrong?
a steal to get my wife back.
All right, so it's Black Cat on the board. First pick, round 4. Jen, you're up next.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go with another shirtless character.
Yeah.
Groot.
That's a fun character. It's one hot hunk of wood.
Very popular Halloween costume. Anybody dressing up as Groot this year? No one?
Oh, my God.
Nada. Ghost town in here. No Groots. I don't know if they like your pick, Jen.
I guess
That's
we
okay.
are not Groot. Jeez. Jeez.
We are bored.
They'll like him when he protects you in a big tree ball and says we are Groot. They'll like him then.
Yeah.
I love him.
I love the dynamic of your team. I like Groot
like
having
it.
a conversation with Obi-Wan and Rogue being all
Yeah.
Southern. This is great. All right. Hey, sugar, what do you want to eat tonight? I am Groot. Okay, biscuits and gravy. Like that. I'm into that.
All right, Greg Stone, our returning second place runner-up champion. The
Well-
belt is right over there. It's so close.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm looking for a hunk, right? So I would like to go. Oh, you tell me who, but I got a really good bit I'm about to
You-
do, but
you
tell
wanna
me who
go-
it is. Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Is that a hunk,
I
though?
gotta- He's a bear.
He is a
Someone said
bear.
He's a bear,
Hey.
and 5 points.
It definitely does
Hilarious.
it for
Claim him
someone,
after the
for
show.
sure.
He's not shirtless, but he can't because it's so cold.
I'm not familiar with Santa Claus. What issue of the Avengers was he in?
This is a mega pick. I can't put Santa on my. No, I can't put Santa on my team only because I have a bit I'm going to do. I love your idea. I love your heads at. Well, I was on my team. I think I want to go for a steal. I want to steal your shirt, put you on my team because that's a hunk. I'm talking about Evan. I wanted to put Evan over with that body. We live in a time where I can't be saying that anymore.
I guess you can Me Too me.
We're
We're
a
buddies.
handsome fella. Now I need to go power. I need to go strength. I need to go hot. I got to go with someone who's ready to go full frontal. I got to go Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My man called
You're
it.
right, man. He's got
My man
confidence. He'll
called
do it. He does.
Big blue peen.
Well, I think the others do too, but they just cover it because they're classy. But whatever.
PG-13, my friend, but I am
earmuffs,
with you.
children, earmuffs.
Thanks for living in my head.
Thank God they chose that part of his body to show in the picture.
Well, you went all in on that,
It's a
huh?
medical term.
Medical term. Medical term.
term.
Yes, it's a medical term.
Infinite. Did you see how it's pretty?
That's my team name next year if I'm here.
That should have been the team name, dude.
That was the name of my first bunk band.
Absolutely.
All right, Evan.
All right, well,
Bring us home
listen.
here. Round 4, bringing it to a close. Who we got?
Well, you know, if you've got not only bees, but Nazi bees on your team, you need someone to control those things if they get out of control. You know what I mean? Let's be honest, they're going to get out of control. They're going to start reading Mein Kampf, going all over the place. So
Jeez.
I got to go with someone who can control insects if they need to. Ant-Man, throw him in there. Throw him in there.
Right.
Yeah. I thought about this, all right? I didn't just cast hunks in my team. I had a strategy. My man's got a comment.
All right, Ant-Man. I like that pick. All right, so by round of applause,
He updated it for
Evan
this
Williams, how's he doing so far after 4 picks?
No, I think it's all insects.
All insects?
Yeah.
Mild,
With the Marvel girl,
mild.
she says you can do all insects. You're in.
All right, what about the hunks? Who's with the hunks here? And Greg Stone.
Wait, is that it?
Oh, there's any snake?
Greg, are you going to be mad if you win?
I'm going to be 100% honest. I have not been paying attention for the past 3 minutes. I have no idea what's happening. Just recap me. What are we clapping for?
We're recapping here. We're seeing who's in the lead right now.
I
right.
think I am, old friend.
Jen. Who's with Jen
Yeah.
Grunwald in the 5.
Great.
Currently 4 right now. And finally, James Mattern.
Yeah.
Constantine, Kitty Pryde, Swamp Thing, Black Cats. All right. Real quick, I just want to remind everyone, if you didn't already, we have a bunch of posters in the back of all these comedians' heads on the poster. You can grab one, you can bring it up, get it signed after. We'll leave some extra time if that's what you want to do. So they're there for the taking. All right, this is it. Final round. Not a single steal yet.
Nobody's
No
stolen.
audience participation.
I'm so nervous right now. I can tell you straight up. If I got married, I wouldn't be this nervous. Like I'm just petrified right now.
How long did you work on this?
What's that?
How long did you work on this? But
I found this out as I went to host like 4 shows that night, and in between sets, I was just like, hey, do you think this would be a good call? Like, I just bothered everyone. I was asking people who kind of said they liked superheroes, and they're like, I don't know what you're talking. Initially, I had a character from Saga, and people were like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, yo, he's awesome. The audience will love it. He has a TV for a head. They're like, you better talk to someone else. I'm like, so it was just, I was fired up. And I think I started telling these picks on stage, and the audience was like, yo, can you just bring up the next act? Like, this is kind of whatever.
all right, Evan, you got the first pick of the final round. This is it. Are you gonna, or do we have a steal here? Do you want to go to somebody in the audience? Do you want to
Man.
ride this alone?
That hunk Chris Hemsworth looking so hot right now. I'm thinking about taking him. But Skeletor says no. You know what? All right. If there's a bee tornado coming at you, you're probably going to run, right? We need someone to throw up an illusion on that, make it look like a big thing of cotton candy, throw in Mysterio, all right?
Excellent.
Get him in there.
Storm Swarms, Sauron, Ant-Man, and Mysterio.
That's
okay.
right. That's right. You've got a Nazi bee tornado coming at you with a pterodactyl in the middle, controlled by Ant-Man, that looks like a big fluffy thing that people don't run from. How are you going to stop
more
that?
like a
Anybody?
supervillain
Somebody going to
team.
stop that? I don't think so. Groot's going to stop that? No, he's not.
Evan, your team would be the funnest bachelor party I've ever seen in my life. Like, it's just everything I've dreamed of.
Hilarious. What kind of tornado was that again, Evan? All right, let's go to Greg Stone. Greg
Well, I'll
Stone,
tell you
the
this.
hunks, how you closing it out here?
You call me a
hunks.
kid in the candy store because I'm about to steal. You give me Sauron. I want that on my team. You're damn right. I want that green.
Dare you?
Look at him, man.
How
He's ready to go. He can take powers.
you.
He's got wings.
Look, hell yeah!
Wow.
Look at that handsome freak.
I hate to see him go.
So
Do I
Sauron
now
qualifies
just
as a
have
hunk,
four?
I think. Yeah, so you get to pick again.
I get to pick again.
You get to pick again.
I get to pick again, and I'm stealing Chris Hemsworth because he's too hot. Give him to me.
Yeah.
Give
I
him
would
to
have
me.
never given him up.
He's mine.
Sauron, you better hold your damn
mine,
eye for now.
buddy.
Hemsworth, off the hunks, now hanging out with Nazi bees.
It's just not as good, though, right? It's just not quite as good.
Oh, man.
Do I get another pick?
You have to fill the.
Yes, Greg, you get another
Iron
pick.
Fist. I love Iron Fist, but he does wear a shirt too much for my taste. a low V is nice. A low V is man. I would go with Destro then if I could go with a low V. But all right, I'm gonna go with an audience pick.
Audience pick.
Let
very good.
me. This guy's so very excited.
With the double gun. Hold on, I'll come to you, man. He's got the double guns going. All right,
Let's
hold
get this
on.
guy mic'd up.
All right, how you doing? What's
There's a
your
lot
name?
of
Where are you
pressure
from,
now.
man?
My name's Josiah. I'm from Massachusetts.
What's up,
All the way down
dude?
for Comic-Con. Very nice. And who's your audience pick for Greg going to be?
I mean, you're all about ripping shirts, so and shorts here.
Mm-hmm.
How about the Hulk cosplaying as Hollywood Hulk Hogan?
Let me
Double Hulk.
answer.
We have a picture of that. That's one thing.
That's pretty fun.
I don't know if we can find a
Haas,
picture.
can you hand draw that with Sharpie on the actual screen?
Let me respond to that answer. In the world, there are so few things that are perfect. And today, we found one of those things. Give me Hulk cosplaying as Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Chop it down with the edge of my hand.
There he is, blank.
Gotta go NWO.
You can use your imagination.
Sorry, all we had was Blank Man from Blank Man. So there you go. All right, Jen, your fifth and final pick.
Well, I guess my group pick didn't seem so great, so I figure I'll go to you guys.
All right, another audience pick.
Who,
Show of hands.
pick who-
yeah,
who?
you pick
Oh,
who you
okay.
want. You pick your own poison. You pick your own poison.
Hold on. I'm going to go with Venom over there.
With the Venom shirt? Okay. And just so you know, guys, get your phones ready because how we're going to determine the winner, we're going to do a text to vote here, a text to vote. So make sure you get your phones ready, and we'll give you all that information.
And you can
here.
all text Evan at 310-246-1983.
All right, what's your name?
Real phone number.
Where are you
It's my
from?
real
Jack?
phone number, Greg. Jesus Christ. You're supposed to say a joke number when you do that.
All right, Jen, you got Jack from Manhattan over here. He's going to make your
well.
pick for you. Round of applause for Jack over here,
Hulk Hogan. Look at the Hulk Hogan cosplay.
a.k.a.
as Hollywood.
Dr. Manhattan. All right, Jack, who's your pick going to be for Jen?
Venom Space Knight.
Ooh. I dig
Excellent.
it.
I think that's pretty good.
How you feeling, Jen?
Yeah,
Venom
I'm
Space
feeling good
Knight?
about that, yeah. Yeah.
Great incantation.
That's-
I mean, I
Sounds-
guess I should have realized it was going to be a Venom pick.
Yes, you did pick your own poison. All right, Venom. Did that? Was that on your list?
That was not on my list.
Was that ever on your list?
Technically a naked superhero, I would guess, too, right? Venom's naked.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, or is he just clothes?
I don't think
He's either
symbiote counts as
naked or-
clothes.
Clothes with
No.
just.
The host,
naked.
the host is clothed.
Somebody
but
call
Venom
McFarlane.
is still naked.
Who knows McFarlane? Somebody call McFarlane.
All right, bringing this to a close here before we vote. James Mattern, I know you've been up all night, and this is it.
All right.
You have all the power here. You could steal anybody you want off the board. You can go to an audience member here.
No, this is fun. This is my wild card. This is very exciting. I'm honored to make the last pick. All right. So I got Constantine's the leader. There's gonna be sexual tension with him and Black Cat and Kitty Pryde. Cool, right? No, I think of these things because I want this to be readable. Swamp Thing is kind of like blah, like kind of like a goth kid, like, you know what I'm saying? No offense, I'm one, but like just wants to listen to music and play with like roses. So I need more personality. I need a wild card. I need to mix it up. And this was secretly my favorite character growing up. I used to read this book. My grandma used to spend her last pennies to buy me this while she gambled the other rest of them in 7-Eleven in Las Vegas, Sand Hill, and Flamingo, whatever. I got memories. This is why, and I'm glad this character's in the mainstream kind of now. I'm giving it out for my main dude, Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham. What y'all know about him? I was down with him back in the day, baby. Wild card. Pow, pow. Pow, pow, baby. baby. Look at the fun he would have with Swamp Thing. Like you're just a bunch of junk from the bottom of a swamp. I was like, I am the green. He's like, what does that mean? Like, that's great.
All right. All right, round of applause for our comedians up
I
here.
want to read that book.
Well done.
I want to read that book.
Well done.
This team.
I will say it's not a secret anymore because you said it into a microphone, but
We don't own two of those.
it's a good one.
All right, this is what's on the line, the belts. Who knows if they're going to keep it or not? I know you're eyeing this belt, Oliver. I know you're eyeing this belt. You got a time turner on. I know what you're up to. He's going to take this belt before it ever existed, this guy. All right, Haas, we putting up the information on the board? All right, guys, bust out your phones here. This is how we're going to determine the winner. All right? Everyone's got a different, I guess you text their name to the same number. And we'll total those up. In the meantime, Evan, any final thoughts? How do you feel about your team?
Fun fact.
I feel pretty good, and I just want to let everybody know it's spelled E-V-A-N. And if you're trying to spell James, that's actually also spelled E-V-A-N. So it's pretty convenient.
Very good. Greg Stone, thoughts on your team? It started out as the hunks, and then you wound up with some oddities on the team. I don't know if
I
they're
think
all
they're
hunks.
still pretty hunky. I also want to say that's the Hulk cosplaying as me. So we got pretty close. We could have just thrown a Hogan face on there. We'd really have that. Feel free to vote for me, or I'll just get second place again, and then I'll come back again next year. So I would really love to just do that too.
All right, and Jen, how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I think they actually can take on some bad guys, and I think Evan's team, because that's really just a super villain team. And so I
It is.
think,
You got
yeah,
Ant-Man in
we're
there,
just
though.
gonna-
You got Ant-Man. He's keeping things in control.
And Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth,
That's a
true.
hero.
He might be a villain, though. We don't know that. We don't know that.
We don't know.
We don't know behind
personally.
closed doors. The Hemsworths, they're too pretty. Something's going on.
Yeah.
There's something evil going on, I
A couple
think.
bad deals were made.
Yeah.
All right, James, what about you? How do you feel about your team?
Nervous, but I mean, I like my team. Now it's up to the public, but I really enjoy the team. I would like, bless you. Yeah.
Oh, you-
Because they should throw us a vote.
You
maybe.
just
What
got
do you
that
think,
vote
huh?
right there.
I like this team. I think I would read this comic. I think it's fun, and I would like to hang out with them. You know what I'm saying? Like
Sure.
if that team was just hanging out in a green room, I'd be like, "What up, guys?" And ladies, and then it's just what it is. And whatever you want to be, Swamp Thing. It's cool, man.
All right. All right, well, we're going to find out who won here. Haas, how do you want to reveal
Thank
this?
you.
So we're going to get a
Homelander,
computer. I think we're
thank
going
you.
to get the results.
Homefront from the boys.
Oh, right, Homeland.
Homelander.
That's what I'm like, yes.
I will carry that compliment forever, sir. Thank you very much. That
Hey,
means
Haas,
the
you
world
want
to
to do me a
me.
favor? Throw up the other screen with all the people on it here.
You
With
leaving?
all the pics.
Thanks, James. Thanks for
This
coming.
is, we live in a selfie world now. James has got to get a... Oh, with the draft. Do we still have the draft?
This is,
with all
this is
the-
an
there we go.
appropriate time to do that. Now you're just blocking the screen.
Blocking.
Fun fact: I lived with James for 6 years.
6 years, baby.
He says he's allergic to peanuts, but I don't know, man. I was eating peanut butter. He's still alive.
I'm definitely allergic to peanuts and bees, so I can't believe Evan didn't
And
pick
bees?
Peanut Butter Man. Yeah.
Ooh, they just got even more evil. What's up? Even more effective.
All right, guys, I've got the results. Got the results here. Superhero Fantasy Draft 2019. Another round of applause for yourselves. Thank you for coming out. I hope you had fun. I want to thank this family in the front row who's been sitting here before we even did the first one ever. So thank you for remaining here and coming back every single year. We love it. And another round of applause for our guests up here on stage. Don't forget, we got posters in the back. Make sure you snag one. These guys will hang out for a couple minutes if you want to get them tagged. All right, in fourth place. That
Oh,
would
boy.
be last
You're
place.
gonna
There's only
say
4 people
every
playing.
place.
Third loser. Quote this guy over here. Is your name James?
Unbelievable. Fourth
James,
place?
fourth place.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Wait, I was trying to be the baby face with that story. Now I'm turning heel. You guys don't know nothing, all right? You guys don't have jobs. You don't have girlfriends, boyfriends, families. If you're with your family, they don't really love you. How dare you? This team is balanced as hell, and I got a lot of good laughs, and you guys are like, fourth place? Are you out of your minds? Yeah, I'm turning straight up heel. This is the worst Comic-Con I've ever been to. I'm only going to San Diego Comic-Con, Kalamazoo Comic-Con, Albany Comic-Con. You all pooey, as the Iron Sheik said, okay? Former champion. I want the Intercontinental belt anyway, all right? Because that's the one Shawn Michaels had. Get a job. Phenomenal.
We got security.
Don't ask me for nothing. Don't ask me for nothing, everybody, with your stupid picks. Get a job. Except you, sir. You look like you can burp and give me a black eye. Whatever. And also, I don't know my real dad. If any of you were in Vegas in '77, I could have done more of this, but you didn't want it. So buy No Segways, available on iTunes from Comedy Records. I'm the best. I'm the best, baby. Woo!
I gotta say that was the best fourth place finish of all time. All right, here we go. Third place. That would be the team named The Five. The Five, Jen. Sorry, third place.
We're just going right down. Oh, this pressure's too much. It's too much.
I'm not gonna freak out on you guys. It's cool.
That was a good rant, though. I'm glad we got that on tape. All right.
Come on, second place. I need a pass for next year. Daddy's got no money.
I was going to say, how bad do you want that pass next year? How bad do you want that Comic-Con pass next year? I don't know. All right, so I guess we'll just go ahead and announce the winner. We won't need to say second place. That'll be quite obvious. All right, where's this belt? Let's grab this belt. All right, did you guys have fun today? Tonight, wrapping up day one. Woo! New York Comic-Con. Here it is right here. The Laugh Button presents Superhero Fantasy Draft 2019. The belt goes to Greg Stone!
You royal boobs! No! I can't afford a pass!
How dare you! I'll never forget this!
Greg,
This is
Greg.
$1,000. What?
I was just going to say there's a kid in the front row probably has a pass for next year. If you want to give him the belt, he might give you a pass for next year.
No pressure,
I'm just
bud.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
there is
No pressure, you're just a
giving the belt,
monster if
but
you don't.
Guess what? You're all some suckers. I'm keeping the belt.
Greg's keeping the belt. He's champion. Round of applause, Greg Stone. He's your winner. Round of applause for yourselves. Thanks for coming out. Day one, New York Comic-Con 2019. Posters in the back. Feel free to bring them up here. They'll sign them for you. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of New York Comic-Con.
You put effort in.